You know what's interesting about Stoicism? It teaches us that we can't control other people's reactions, only our own actions. But here's the thing most guys don't realize. When you suddenly disappear from a woman's life without a word, without explanation, you're not being stoic. You're creating chaos in someone else's mind, while you convince yourself you're being detached. Let me paint you a picture of what actually happens when you ghost someone. That first day you go silent, she notices. She's not panicking yet, but there's this little whisper in the back of her mind. She checks her phone more than usual. She might send another message, something casual, because maybe you just got busy. Maybe your phone died. Maybe you're dealing with something. She's giving you the benefit of the doubt, because that's what people do when they care about someone. But then day 2 hits, day 3, and now that whisper becomes a voice. She starts replaying every conversation you had. Every text message gets analyzed like it's evidence in a crime scene. Was it something she said? Did she misread the situation? That joke she made, was it actually offensive? The Stoics talk about controlling your perceptions, but you've just handed her a perception nightmare. Her mind is writing 1,000 different stories about what went wrong, and in every single one, she's somehow the villain. Here's what Marcus Aurelius understood that most people miss. He said, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." When you disappear without explanation, you're forcing someone to create their own narrative, and the human mind doesn't create kind narratives about itself when it's been rejected without reason. She's not thinking, "Oh, he must be on a journey of self-discovery." She's thinking she wasn't enough. She wasn't interesting enough, attractive enough, successful enough, something enough. The confusion is the worst part. Seneca wrote about how we suffer more in imagination than in reality, and you've just given her imagination unlimited fuel. At least with a breakup, with an honest conversation, there's closure, there's a defined end. But disappearing? That's leaving someone in limbo. She's simultaneously holding on and letting go, hoping you'll reach out and trying to convince herself to move on. And here's the brutal truth that nobody talks about. It damages her trust in her own judgment. She thought she read the situation correctly. She thought there was a connection. She thought you were different, that you were mature enough to communicate like an adult. Now she's questioning her ability to read people, to trust her instincts. The Stoics valued wisdom and self-knowledge above almost everything, and you've just made it harder for her to trust herself. But there's something else happening too, and this is where it gets really interesting from a Stoic perspective. After the confusion and the hurt comes something unexpected: strength. See, Epictetus taught that every difficulty is an opportunity to practice virtue. When you ghost someone, you think you're taking the easy way out, avoiding an uncomfortable conversation. But what you're actually doing is giving her an opportunity to realize she deserves better than someone who treats people as disposable. That anger she feels? That's not weakness. That's her values reasserting themselves. She starts to see clearly that someone who truly respected her, who had genuine character, wouldn't just vanish. The Stoics were big on character. They believed it was the only thing that truly mattered. And your character, or lack of it, just became crystal clear. Here's what's fascinating. While you're congratulating yourself on avoiding drama, on being detached, she's actually living out Stoic principles better than you are. She's processing difficult emotions. She's examining her role in what happened. She's learning to separate what she can control from what she can't. She can't control your cowardice, but she can control how she moves forward. And eventually, she does move forward. The human mind is incredibly resilient. She stops checking her phone hoping for your message. She stops analyzing what went wrong. She accepts that some people simply lack the courage to be honest, and that's not a reflection of her worth. That's the most Stoic outcome of all, accepting reality as it is, not as we wish it would be. So, if you're thinking about disappearing on someone, remember this: the Stoics didn't teach avoidance. They taught courage, honesty, and treating others with dignity. They taught that our actions reveal our character. You can't claim to be practicing Stoicism while acting like a coward. Real strength isn't in running away, it's in having the difficult conversation. It's in being honest, even when it's uncomfortable. That's what separates wisdom from weakness.